Shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Kal halalim la Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the prophets of that body, and Shalom to the 144,000 and greater multitude, which is the 1/3. May peace and blessings be upon your households in a spirit of endurance and patience. Patience is definitely key. But as we get closer to the end, boy, these demons, man, they come at you. But that's why we have the name of Yahweh Bashem Yashai to get us out of these certain loopholes that these demons might try and, these certain situations that these demons might try and put us in or put us through. I don't want to digress. I've got a habit of doing that, so I'm trying to focus. But anyway, Shalom. May peace and blessings be upon your household, Jake. All right, we're going home soon. We're going home soon. We're going home soon. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, now, I'm in my late 40s, okay? Born and raised in the UK, in London, Israelite foreigner, all right? And boys wearing women's, or say boys wearing girls' clothes, or, or vice versa. I'm talking about not the basic stuff like girls wearing trousers or whatever. I'm talking about blatant shit like boys wearing nail polish, or boys wearing high heels, or whatever. That's a big no-no, right? It's abnormal. It's disgusting. It's against the law, spiritually, right? But because in this evil world that we live in, the so-called white man wants to paint everything as evil. They want to paint it as good. Okay, so it's the same way the white man looks abnormal with his leprous skin. He wants to paint that as the template of so-called human beings, even though they don't have hue to be a human being, because hue means color. Okay, and who do they call colored or colored? Brown people, or so-called black people, right? And so they do the exact opposite. Okay, so if the Bible says go up, Esau wants to go down. The Bible wants to go right, Esau wants to go left. All right. So basically, Esau paints everything that's good, pursuant to the scriptures, as evil. Everything that's evil in the scriptures, Esau paints as good. All right. For example, men dressing like drag queens, being faggots, being women being dykes, witchcraft, all these. The list is endless. All right. And we live in a very satanic vibrating world, we live in a very satanic vibration of a world. Salakia for that. I'm just, getting tongue-tied. There's no excuse. I've been under the weather for the last couple of days, so in terms of health, so therefore I'm a little tongue-tied. But Esau, man, you're gonna pay. We're in a very satanic world. A very satanic world. From the logos to the movies to the shows, every fucking movie or show has got a homosexual vibration, a faggy vibration. It's just, we're in a very disgusting world. And I'm just going to go into this video where I've seen a video on Anton Daniels, that clown who went past one of our prophets' camps, the Detroit camp, and a Great Millstone Detroit camp, I think a while back. and he said something, or he alluded to something. He was quite disrespectful, right? But then it's that clown. And it was a grandmother that came in with her grandson, right? And the grandmother was furious because, you know, we all got mothers, right? And women want their sons, their grandsons, to be men, to one day make them into, one day, you know, their sons, or grandsons will make them into grandmothers or great grandmothers, right? They want their sons to be, or grandsons to be, men. And this woman came in. She was furious that her grandson's nails were painted pink. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's numerous videos that have been floating around. There was one, I believe, of Jake came in. He was furious. I think it was his nephew or his son, it was a little a Judite baby. I think it was daycare or nursery, one or the other, right? And they put the young Jake in a red dress, and I'm sure you watched that. All right. So read a scripture, and then I'm gonna Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right. This is what they do. The abominable so-called foods that these heathens eat: pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all these kinds of shellfish, conch, and all that bullshit. Oh, that's a delicacy, you know. That's calling evil good again. This calling evil good, you know. There was a time in the world where they used to say that smoking cigarettes was good for you. I believe that was the 50s in America. You know, it was such a cool thing to smoke. Everybody fucking smoked in those days. They're calling evil good. And this is just another aspect of the satanic vibrating world, because the so-called white man is satanic by nature. Okay, the things that we Israelites, get upset or angry over and fearful over, right? Esau, the so-called white man, he won't get upset over about it. Esau, the so-called white man, will let his wife get fucked by his friends and record it and jerk off to it and be okay with it. All right. That's their nature. Esau, they're an underpopulated nation. They're small, right? That's because most of them are homos. It's their nature. They've naturally got a faggy nature. If you worked around Edomites and a bunch of Edomites are talking and you happen to be nearby, I don't know, grabbing a coffee or whatever, okay, from a UK perspective, these weirdo Edomites always start talking about cocks amongst each other. It's weird, man. A bunch of men, actually, the so-called white man ain't no man. All right, let's just say that. A bunch of so-called men, okay, Edomite, so-called white men, Caucasian men, cave dogs, standing around together and talking about rods. That's their nature. You would never hear a bunch of Jake's brothers talk about that kind of thing. All right? They'd be talking about sports, movies, history, clothes, and the cherry on top, women. All right? Gyal, as Benjamin would say, gyal. All right? I'm just going to play this now. Fair use. Let's go.
Form on file to paint his nails.
And the fucking owner, the bitch who's talking, right, is hella disrespectful. I think one's a director, one's an owner or some shit. Okay? Just yelling. And this is a daycare, Daycare. They should know fucking better. And they do it on purpose as well. Because I've got so much to say. You know what? Okay, I'm going to say. Because a lot of these daycares and nurseries, a lot of these teachers or people that are looking after these children, a lot of them are Satanists. Okay, a lot of them are paid to do this. You'll be quite surprised to see how this web is spread out, how these things are interlinked. All right, you'll be surprised. You'll be quite surprised, and it's like a common theme amongst nurseries, daycares, and schools where they have transgenders coming in, PDF file so-called teachers coming in to spend time with children. Okay, then certain parents are okay with that, about giving PDF files a second chance. And this is all recorded. You've seen these videos, and I'm thinking to myself, a lot of these got to be crisis actors or some shit. The ones that are okay with PDF file people coming to read stories to their children. It's weird. Okay, we're in a very fucked up world, man. That's why we need spiritual medication, the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and we need to get the fuck out of this bitch, man. Quick time. All right.
If I were you, I would stop yelling at me because your facility is in very big trouble for this.
These parents are upset that their son's fingernails were painted pink at his daycare.
And we have...
And this ain't no small thing. Oh, they're just being creative. They're just having fun. He's just a child. It ain't no fucking child, man. The woman's, the boy's grandma came in. And I watched the other video on Anton Daniel's channel. The grandmother's name is something Hernandez. All right? And I think her son's surname was Bryant, so her daughter probably married an Edomite. All right? So that's irregardless, but only the Lord knows what they are. But the fact of the matter is, you know, the grandma was fuming. She's got a grandson, not a granddaughter. Okay? She wants a boy to be a boy.
Of zero consent on file for your staff to paint our grandson's nails pink. I think that's not good. I think that's caused confusion for kids. I don't care what parent allows you to do that. And I'm still talking. No, I can't because you're interrupting me and I'm talking.
I am just finding out about this and I am not happy about it. I don't need you to give me a lecture. I'm going to lecture my staff.
Yeah, because honestly, that's against the law. That is confusion of a child. You do not have any consent form on.
Confusion indeed. All right? That's why you got a lot of soft, weird, faggoty little boys everywhere. And some of them might not be even fruitcakes. They actually probably like girls, but they got that girly nature. You know? Especially in the last 15 to 20 years. You've got a weird bunch of youngsters these days, that's for sure.
File to paint his nails.
Calm down right now.
And if I were you, I would stop yelling at me because your facility is in very big trouble for this.
No, we are not in big trouble.
You do not have consent from my daughter to paint his.
You are welcome to bring that child back in and we can take the nail polish off.
I'm definitely going to do that. I'm also going to record that because you do not have consent to paint his nails. Your staff is crazy for thinking they can paint a little boy's nails without consent of a mother.
You do not need to yell at me.
You're yelling at me and you're also cutting me off.
You are coming in and attacking everyone. It is a small child. It is color on his fingernails. And I just said to Jessica, it's not like they did pink, right? And she told me yes.
It doesn't matter if they did pink or green. You don't have consent to do either color to him.
Now, at first, I was kind of having a little sympathy for the daycare. But then, after hearing the way the daycare handled this parent, not good.
Activities going on today, and a lot of parents don't care.
This parent cares, and you have to have a consent in the state of Texas.
Stop it.
You just assaulted me by saying that word, and you are being recorded. You are being recorded.
I need you to leave, and I am trying to get on.
Are you neglecting?
Yes, you know, anybody can open up a fucking daycare, man. You know what I mean? Daycare. it really vexes my spirit. Really vexes me.
Electing to take care of this because I'm trying to talk to you.
I told you that you can come in and we will buy you nail polish remover. I was going to offer a few hours free, but I do not want you guys coming back because you cannot come in and attack.
First of all, let me tell you this. I wouldn't have to come in and talk to you if your staff would not paint my grandson's nails pink.
You are not even asking what happened. And how
I don't give a damn what happened.
The daycare has since apologized for the incident.
Motherfuck the daycare. Should shut that shit down. And Texas, they're in Texas, right? Texas got a whole bunch of Israelites there. You know? A whole bunch of Israelites there. There was also even a story a while back. Man, I didn't want to go into that one. That was foul, man. That made me sick. Oh, Lord have mercy. I believe it was a young girl, probably like 2 years old, and she was raped, man. That brought tears to my eyes. I'm going to be honest with you, right? And it angered the hell out of me, man. Where the father, I think it was the mother or father, opened up the nappy of the baby, and oh, Lord have mercy. That little baby, that little baby was raped, man. These are kind of places that are. Parents out there, be careful, man. Be careful, all right? If you got family members that can help out, all right? Grandmas, grandparents that are somewhat able-bodied, I would say give them a few quid, ask them to look after the children, all right? Don't give your children to strangers. And if you are going to have children, right, look after them yourself. Don't pass them around to strangers 9-10 hours of the day. And then I know we all got to work. I understand it. But if it's like that where you can't be a full-time parent, I would say, I mean, it's up to you, but it's, you know, it was always good to have an extended family. But nevertheless, we're in hell, so these are the kind of things that some people have to deal with. It's fucked up, man. And it makes me angry, very angry, man. Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy power. And the Lord thy power is Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. That's an abomination. All right? It doesn't have to say specifically, a man shall not put on nail varnish or lipstick or whatever. Okay? Woman's garment, woman's things that pertain to women, like lipstick and what else? Yeah, the nail varnish, wearing a G-string, you know? That's a woman's thing, right? So men should not be doing that kind of thing. All right? Let's go to the definition of abomination. So we can find out how much the Lord hates this kind of evil. Definition of abomination: a thing that causes disgust or loathing, a feeling of hatred. All right? So the Lord, for all that do so, are disgust or loathing, a feeling of abomination, disgust or loathing, a feeling of hatred unto the Lord thy power. So for all that do so are an abomination. Abomination means disgust, feeling of loathing, and hatred unto the Lord thy power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. So this is just foul, and I'm so sick to death of this fucking world where everything is just like, where these fags are just being bold, man. You know, they're sashaying down the street and shit. Motherfucking two men holding hands. You know? It's disgusting, man. You see that shit, cross the road. Fuck that shit. Nasty. Isaiah 5 and 20. And obviously, if we were in a righteous world, we could actually practice Leviticus 20:13. We could delete these motherfuckers. We can't do that because we are in an unrighteous world, because we are in a world that calls everything evil good. This is the kind of world we are in. Satanic world. Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them. Woe means destruction. destruction unto them, or woe unto them that call evil good, right? And good evil. Okay? Destruction unto them, or woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right? Woe and destruction unto them. And that destruction is coming. All right? Proverbs 15:3. All right? I was watching a video yesterday of one of the prophets, Saints of Jersey too. The brother made a video of a chariot flying over IUIC. And we know IUIC have sold out. This is not alleged. It makes sense. They've sold out. They're weird. All right? They're all coming out with all kind of a whole bunch of things. Okay? The list is endless. Right? And there's a chariot flying over. All right? The chariots are there to record and keep a record of everything. And they report back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The angels report back. Okay? Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. And this is evil. It might be light to you weirdos, you people that were born maybe 86, 90. Can report it. But the powers that be are controlled by the elites. And then they can do jack shit. All right? Okay? Babylon is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. All right? And the other cities that were destroyed. But Sodom and Gomorrah is always emphasized because of the behavior that is similar to America. We're in a very faggy world, right? All right. But I'll tell you one thing: the greater population are not with it. But for some reason, on social media, they amplify, oh, everyone's okay with being in this faggy fruitcake world. No. All right. And the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. Okay? Destroy this evil. It's a cancer. The so-called white man is a fucking cancer. It needs to be cut out and burnt. They need to be burnt up, man. Need to be burnt up. Man, it pisses you off. But anyway, these things are amplifying and keep happening. And, Barak Dial Bashem Yashai, we're going home soon, and this place is going to be put out. It's going to be the candle of this so-called world is going to be put out, man. All right? The Lord is returning soon. Visions, dreams are occurring. All right? From various people around the world. World War III, nukes hitting America, nukes hitting different parts of the world, chariots returning, the Lord returning. All right? So it's that time. And I've noticed an influx of videos I've been seeing recently, and a lot of these videos are in 2024 and 2025. So the Lord is returning soon, man. And the Lord allows these videos to come out so the hopeful elect can see and get boosted in the spirit and motivated in the spirit, and to keep the faith. All right? Because we're going home soon. But anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem,
You do not have any
Rakah Kodash. All praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.
consent form on file to paint his nails.